So Stormy Daniels tells jury about sexual trysts with Trump at hush money trial. Let's kind of go through this here. Stormy Daniels provided explicit testimony about her alleged sexual encounter with Donald Trump during a celebrity golf tournament, vividly describing finding him in silk pajamas and feeling disoriented upon seeing him. Mr. Trump had come into the bedroom and was on the bed basically between myself and the exit. Daniels recounted discomfort and concerns about the protection during the encounter, stating, I was trying to think about anything other than what was happening there, despite feeling blackout. Stop it. You know,
here she goes.
She emphasized that Trump did not threaten to force her. Throughout her testimony, Daniels detailed her motivation for coming forward and subsequent hush money payment she received to remain silent, maintaining that her primary concern was fear and not financial gain. My motivation wasn't money. It was to get the story out. Okay, so here's the question. When there are stories of men that take advantage of girls, okay? But here's the thing. Were you forced into the hotel room? No. Did you choose to go into the hotel room? Yes.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. If you're a woman going into a hotel room with a married man or a man, period, and the door closes, what do you think you're going into the hotel room for? To play Sudoku? What do you want to, hey, I just want to play backgammon with you. Can we do that? No, let's play chess. You be the queen, I be the king. Go. Your first move.
Wow, how traditional.
Right. What do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
If you're going in there, you're not going to say, I went in there and when you took out the Sudoku box, I passed out, I blacked out. Come on, bro. I mean, this is just some of the stuff. So what's your thoughts with the story here, Vinny?
No, I read, Tom's making me laugh just by looking at his face, because I read into this whole story.
Yeah.
And apparently at one point she said, my clothes and shoes were off. I think I still had my bra on, and we were in the missionary position. What? And the lady asked, or the lawyer asked, was he wearing a condom? No. Was it brief? Yes. And guess what? Good for you, Donald Trump. Time is money. You don't become a billionaire by laying in bed with a porn star. You got to get in.
Point.
You got to get out. You got to close the deal and go make that money. You think he's going to sit there and lay around in a hotel room? No, he has a building to build. He has a business to freaking, an empire. Get out of there. And so all the people that are brief, I salute you.
By
on
the
the
way,
same boat. Rob's that guy.
According to your argument,
Yes.
the best people in bed are those who get paid minimum wage.
That's yeah. Because they don't got shit to do after. They're just laying in bed like that Stormy.
Hey, who was the best guy you ever with? This freaking Uber driver I met, this McDonald's drive-through guy was. So, Tom, your thoughts on the story? What do you think about the story?
I just didn't. It's just salacious testimony that's going back and forth, and I didn't care to read it. I mean, this whole, prosecution and judicial activism, and I feel like MAGA should stand for, make attorney generals admirable. Maybe we need legal reform in the country.
Quote that, Rob.
Yeah,
Adam, what are your thoughts on this? You seem like
That's all you want to go here? Well, the big question is, whatever happened here, is it a jailable offense?
Nope.
So let's go down the rabbit hole, because you guys seem to
love rabbit holes.
Totally be cool with him banging a porn star. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, Vinny.
This was 10 years before his presidency. I don't give a shit who he bangs. Who cares?
I don't care what he does now.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, good for him.
So I'm talking about.
where were you when I was president?
Bill, wait a minute.
I could say real weird shit right now.
Yeah.
I actually think that the Oval Office, let anybody in there under the desk do what they got to do. Let's keep the president happy and on the track.
Yeah.
Okay, all good.
Go ahead.
But let's
Oval orifice.
Let's get some facts here.
Yeah.
Is she a porn star / prostitute / sex worker? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
By her own admission.
Not trick
By her own
questions.
admission. She's a porn actress. I wouldn't say star. It's not like, she's in the Hall of Fame.
And I think she even used the word career. Like
Vinny follows all the Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
you know,
and Rob, she's not Jenna Jameson.
Pull up the picture.
she was a career
Rob,
sex
Defensive
worker.
Player of the
Pull
Year.
up a picture of Stormy and did they actually meet? Well,
Yeah,
yes.
of course. Look how happy he was.
Did she go back to his hotel room?
Yeah, exactly. Not to play Sudoku like he said. Yeah.
No.
You never know.
He knew what he was doing when she walked in the room.
Okay.
Did they actually have sex?
I don't
well,
know.
according to testimony,
Okay.
according to her,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Did he say yes or no? Because guess what? This is just his word over
I
her
would
word.
never.
I don't know. Go ahead. She looks all right there.
According to testimony, she described it as brief.
Yes.
And Trump told her, quote unquote, "It was great. Let's get together again, honey bunch." That's the quote.
He had a meeting
she
to go
said,
to.
"Dude, I don't care.
I know, I love-
Get in, get out.
Yeah, go.
That's why you're paying for the porn star.
Yeah, get out.
I get it. Of all the things I'm mad about with Donald Trump,
You actually like this one.
I don't.
Yeah.
Go for it, buddy. Don't care. Zero. That is not the reason I'm voting or not voting
Go ahead.
for Donald Trump. She said he didn't use a condom and expressed no concern about Melania finding out. Should we talk about Melania finding out in a second? Yes, we will. So, did she actually have sex with Donald Trump? Likely, yes.
Likely.
Because if they didn't, this would be the biggest sham of all time. Okay? Then the question is, did he actually pay the $130,000 hush money via Michael Cohen? That's the whole falsifying record.
He's a liar.
That remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Now, what I will stand fast by is all this nonsense a jailable offense? Hell no. And we can talk about what Eric and Adam said about New York being ready. But here's my question for you. Because obviously, like I'm directing this towards Vinny. You're voting for Trump. I'm more than likely voting for Trump too.
If I could do it twice,
maybe because of this situation.
I would do it. I would go vote, become trans, and go vote as a woman.
Well, there are people that vote twice. They're called.
they're
dead
called
people.
Democrats.
Exactly.
My dad voted twice.
But here's
in
my
Atlanta, and
question.
he'd been dead for 10 years.
This is also from 2006. Does anybody even give a shit about this?
No.
And this is why it's so petty and so ridiculous. But what year did he marry Melania?
I don't know. You're going to tell us now.
2005. Okay. What year was Barron born?
I don't know.
2006. So he married Melania. Barron was born. She was pregnant, had Barron. 2 months later, he's in a hotel room with Stormy.
Allegedly.
Do I care? Is that the reason I'm not voting for him? Not at all. But I'm letting you know there's women out there, namely Melania, probably ain't happy about this, that are going to hear this and they're emotional. How could you cheat? Oh my God. Women's rights, abortion. Oh my God. And that's the reason they can't vote for Trump, amongst other things. So does a dude like me care about this? Not in the least. But it's not about us. There's a lot of women out there, emotional women, Democrats, independents even, or conservative Republicans that can't see past things like this. And that's the problem.
Because you just said the math. What was it? 130. I'm trying to do the math like you guys.
130 grand.
$130,000. It was brief. So what do you want to say? Minute. She made
a minute.
Could you imagine $130,000? I mean, if it's brief, that's $130,000. You got to give her credit for that. Like, how much is that an hour?
That's
What's
like
that? What is it?
$7 million.
If he, $7
$7
million, if he
million
stayed there the
an
whole
hour.
time.
So
if it's by the minute, she's doing well.
Well,
By the way,
that's
and
slightly above
Tom,
market for the horizontal bob.
And Rob, didn't she get in trouble? By the way, this is hush money. The hush money obviously didn't hush shit. This is supposed to be hushed. Rob, can you find out what happened? She had to pay him. These are always feel-good stories. She had to pay him $120,000 in legal fees. So that 1 minute of let's get down only cost him $10,000 at the end of the day.
You did bring up a good point.
Thank you.
That the two words associated with this case are hush and gag order.
Yeah.
Hush and gag.
Yeah,
By the way,
yeah.
if she had the opportunity to do this again, do you think she would do it again? A million times over.
1,000%.
It's the only reason I'm mentioning her name. Donald Trump obviously probably feels bad about this. That something salacious like this, like all rich, ridiculous businessmen traveling like this, might have opportunities to do. But under the circumstances, I wish that she did shut her mouth
If
and hush it up.
Republicans really want to win, I think every single Republican out there that's going to vote for Trump, God will vote for Trump, and then literally we just all self-identify as somebody else and we vote again. Can that work, Tom? I'm being dead serious. I'm somebody different. Princess?
You know, here's what I think. Whoa.
I'm sorry, I stole your word.
Easy does it.
Yeah. I'm an angry patriot. Go.
Come out of my cave here and get upset. I think that the whole hypocrisy around this is that people don't understand that if you take a look at everybody in that courtroom, the lawyers, the judge, everybody in there, I'd like to know how many people in that courtroom have ever had an employee sign an NDA and leave because of a harassment or implied harassment or even an affair. It happens every day in corporate America. VP of marketing messes around with somebody over here, they sign an NDA, they get some money, and they leave. And this happens all the time. Is it right? No. Are marriages impacted? Yes. Is it embarrassing to companies? Sure. But this happens a lot. And the hypocrisy of Washington and New York and the Attorney General's office and the mayor's office is that we're ready for you at Rikers Island. Really? Really?
Yeah.
You want to go to the mayor's office and all the people that have been in there and the NDAs? You know, I'm sorry to say it, but there was a few NDAs and some payments that came out of Andrew Cuomo's office. I'm sorry. That's public record. This happens. And to make one guy an example and you're trying to do this is an election year stunt.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.